Hey everybody, John C.
Denise Richards and
Backside of Lulu. Here we go, Lulu. Show everybody your beautiful face. Oh, I
There
love the
she
pearls
is.
today.
She's got pearls today.
Oh, you are just a
Yeah.
beautiful little girl.
And we're a little matching, in case you couldn't tell.
Are a little
Just
matching. That's very nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah, that might make me bougie, but I'm not sure yet.
I don't know what bougie means, but there you go. Are there stores for matching dog and parent outfits?
Oh, yeah. I haven't gone
Really?
that far. Not yet.
Oh. Well, that's exciting. So welcome back to another All Things Home. We're so glad you guys are here today. And the day of this posting, it is September the 22nd. And today is a fun day.
It is.
Because what? What is today?
It is American Business Women's Day.
America Business Women's Day. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, so I'm telling you, this cold I've got, it's
getting to you.
guys
So-
gotta forgive me.
Yeah, we do forgive you. And so this isn't a day for me because
No.
it's not for men.
You're not a woman in business.
No, I'm not.
But
I don't wanna
Lulu
be.
and I are.
Yeah, you
We're
are.
women in business.
Her ears perked up
Let's
as soon
just
as you
celebrate.
said that. So celebration to all of you gals out there today who are a woman and you're in business and you're in America.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's the American dream right there.
Hey, last week we talked a little bit about the home, and we talked specifically about different designs in a home. Mm-hmm. And let's see, just off the top of our head, can we remember what those are? We had modern, farmhouse.
Farmhouse.
Yep. And then we had
Tuscan.
And then the last one's easy to remember because it was funny. Japanese.
Oh, Japanese.
Yeah. So if you want to hear about your interior design of your home, probably also some of the exterior, watch that video from last week. We talked about those home styles and which one for your part of the United States of America that you live in is most popular, the most searched for, which ultimately helps you with the sale of your home if you're fitting within that box.
But you'd have to watch last week's video to know how and why.
That's what you'd have to do.
Yeah.
You definitely have to do that. And typically, if you stick around till the end of this video, that link will pop up because normally it shows you, I think, the week before if you haven't watched it yet. It's a great video to watch.
But if you like and subscribe, you'll already have
Make
it.
sure you do that. We would have already notified you would have already watched it. Hey, let's talk about the article for today, and that is 8 reasons why a listing isn't selling. Are we in a market now where you put a home on the market and you don't need to do anything, and over the weekend you have 8 bids on the house? Are we in that market anymore?
No, I think that passed us by a few months ago.
It whizzed right by. And here we are in a little bit different market. Homes are still selling.
Very much so.
But people are having to work a little bit more to get it sold.
I say more realistically.
Way more
You know,
realistically.
that pent-up demand from the pandemic
Gone.
and then people dying to buy. It
Dying
was
to buy.
crazy. Now,
It's funny you say dying to buy after the pandemic.
we don't
Maybe that's a different term
have
we should
that.
use.
Yeah, the bad choice of words. But now that we don't have that, I think sellers just need a lot to get more realistic in their pricing and
Well said.
where we are.
Well said. They need to be ready to roll. Can't just throw a home on the market that's in shambles and think it's going to sell the next day. Not going to happen. So this article talks about 8 reasons why a listing isn't selling. So if your home is currently on the market, or if you're thinking of putting your home on the market, of course, give me a call. Love to help you with that. But in regards to this article, why are homes not selling? Because the days on market have gone up quite a bit as well, too. So anyways, number 1, bad listing photos. You ever seen a listing where people actually use their phone from like 1990s and they take pictures of the house?
I do. I sometimes wonder if they get contemplated using a Polaroid and then taking a picture of the Polaroid of the house.
That's what it
They're
looks
that
like.
bad.
That's true. I've seen those. That's funny you described it like that. They're grainy. They're just a mess. If your listing agent is not using a professional photographer, you hired the wrong listing agent. How's that? Is that
Agreed.
too blunt?
No, I think you said it just how it needed to be said.
If you're taking your own pictures of your home, you got an issue. All right, enough said
And if
there.
you're selling it yourself.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. All right, number 2, illogical MLS photo order. So what they mean by that is, and I'll speak to this, as a real estate agent, when we get a listing and we put you on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, which feeds to everybody else like Zillow, Truly, and all those places, your photo order is important because think about it logically. When you see a home, what do you see first? You don't see the laundry room when you see a home first. You see the front. You see the driveway. You see the yard. You see the landscaping. And then once you go in the front door, then what do you see? Typically, you see a living room. You see maybe into the kitchen a little bit. You don't necessarily jump right into all the bedrooms.
Right, because the reality is it's that curb appeal that's going to draw them in the first place, and it's the front door and the exterior that's going to draw them in. You start out with a laundry room shot, everybody thinks they got to go do their laundry.
Yeah, it's just a bad shot to start out with. So number 2, that's the number 2, illogical photo order. Number 3, underwhelming property description. Now, you see a property description on any of those websites. It will tell you typically about the home, different upgrades. This is what I like to put in it. I have my wife help me because she's very descriptive in regards to her adjectives and things like that. She's really good about that. And so people just say, hey, 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Naples, Florida. Well, that's a horrible description.
It's horrible.
It doesn't tell you about the neighborhood. It doesn't tell you about shopping nearby. It doesn't tell you how close you are to the beach, which people want to know about around here.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't tell you about school zones, any of that stuff. These are all things people want to hear about.
Sure.
People want to hear the word modern, updated. These are things people want to hear in the description. They want to know how old's the air conditioning unit. They want to hear things like that.
And what's special about that home?
Yeah, what's special about it?
It's got to be different than every other home in the world.
It has to be.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. Tell me about it. And I know for our MLS here, if I remember, I think we have 500 characters, letters. You can put a long description in there. Basically, like 3 paragraphs. You can put a description of the home. No, so underwhelming. Don't be underwhelming. Number 4, poor curb appeal. You mentioned that briefly.
Yeah,
you jumped
so
ahead
important.
there. Yeah, poor curb appeal.
Yeah.
So bad curb appeal. Make sure you take care of that. Now, I have a lot of neighborhoods around here that people live in, gated communities. That think, what can I do to my curb to change it? Because HOAs have strong restrictions against doing certain things. But you can do a lot of stuff to your curb appeal. For instance, I always think about pavers. Clean your pavers. Like clean your front door.
Oh, yeah.
Wash things down. Make it look drawn in. If your shrubs are overgrown, get out there and trim them yourself if you need to.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Because you never get a second chance to make a first impression, and it's that curb appeal that's the first impression.
Boom. Drop the mic. Number, let's see, what number are we on? I'm missing number 5 for some reason.
Number 5.
Oh, number 5, which didn't print out very well, and that is in
Overpriced.
regards to the home being overpriced. Yeah, home being overpriced. Very important that you know what the market stats are, know what the numbers are. Hopefully, again, your listing agents helps you know where to list the home. Because if you list it overpriced, it's not going to pop in and show people who are looking in their price range, right? And then the other thing, too, is people can sense now more than before when a home is overpriced based on what they're saying out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay,
That's
nothing
a
to
big
say on that?
piece.
That's it?
Well, just I already touched on it. You know,
did.
we've got, the pandemic is pretty much over.
Gone.
And all that pent-up buying energy has really been spent now.
It's
so now
spent.
we're getting back to regular.
Norm.
And the sellers also have to understand that we're not at the same rate of appreciation we were even 3 months ago.
Totally
we're
different.
back to, we're still double what we normally are.
Yeah.
Zillow says 8.6%
8.6.
appreciation over the next 12 months.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyways, all right, good. Amorphous rooms. We had to look this word up. Amorphous rooms. Basically, number 6 talks about how rooms, unique floor plans in a house, especially when you walk into a house and there isn't furniture, dining room sets, couches, beds, nightstands, TVs. When a home is vacant and empty, it's very hard for most people, like myself, and I think you as well too, to kind of picture and imagine how a room layout's going to look.
Yeah.
So when a room, especially if a room isn't like square or perfect, like a nice rectangle shape, if a room's got a unique look to it, it's very difficult for people to imagine, how am I going to use this room, right?
Especially in Florida, we have so many great room floor plans.
Yeah.
Where you've got a dining room and a great room and a family room and maybe some of the kitchen all kind of blends in as one ginormous room.
Yeah.
Which is what that amorphous is talking about.
That's right.
New word for the day.
New word for the day.
And that makes the staging so much more important.
So much more important, which leads us to number 7, non-existent staging. So many people will leave a home vacant, or they have a lot of stuff in the home and they don't really know how to stage the home. So it's worth any dollar spent on staging. It's worth you watching YouTube videos on how to stage your own home and get it organized. Decluttered is a good thing to do when you're getting a home ready as well. So people that aren't doing that, you definitely should when you're getting ready to list. And if your realtor doesn't have some ideas for you on how to get it staged appropriately, you may want to find a new realtor. That's my thoughts. All right, last one. Number 8, lack of networking or use of social media. Does your real estate agent, are they going to help you network your home? And what they mean by that part specifically is, are they in touch with a lot of other realtors? Are they mentioning it to other realtors? Are they talking to the realtors in their office? Are they mentioning it to realtors that they meet on a daily basis? Hey, I got this great home over here. Don't know if you saw it. Here's the benefits of it. The other part of this one here as well too is networking online. Are they using social media to put your home out there? Because believe it or not, there are generations of people, I can't say kids anymore, that actually look for homes on Facebook. And they find fun stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
and things like that. So is your realtor networking in regards to that as well too? Anything you want to add to the social media part of that?
It's just huge. I mean, how many times do I go on Facebook or on Instagram and I'm not seeing homes, open houses being done?
Yeah.
Big place to put those listings is social media.
Yeah, great point. Great point. So 8 reasons why a listing isn't selling. There's probably more than that, and I could probably throw in a few that I can think of right off the top of my head, but we're going to stick with just the 8 for today. Thanks for watching that part of the video. Hey, you know what I was thinking too is we need to recommend somebody to these fine folks that watch these, somebody that we know around here in this area. And I don't think we've talked about this industry before, but plumbing.
Plumbing.
I think every home that I know of has plumbing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, John. I can't be certain, but yeah. And all plumbing is going to need some assistance at some time.
Always, because you got plumbing issues. You got leaks.
You do.
You got other things.
You've got
Fogs.
all kinds of crazy things. And what would you want someone to say when you call them with all these problems?
Help me.
No.
Oh.
You want to say, no problem.
No problem, yes. And that is Jasmine Nieto from
Yes.
No Problem Home Services. She's a great gal. She's on our Tuesday Naples team here for the Grow Business Network. And she's one of their salespeople there that helps out with getting in touch with people who need plumbing services.
It's family owned. She's, the family's had it for quite some time. She's been there 2 years at her young age. And she actually goes out in the field. Ooh. So when she's talking about something plumbing wise, she knows what she's talking about.
She gets out there and gets going.
Yeah.
So if you have a house with plumbing issues, you will definitely want to look in the description below and get in touch with Jasmine, and she'll be glad to help you. And one other thing before we let everybody go today, and that is I want to give a little teaser for next week's video. So next week's video, you will definitely want to make sure you've already liked and subscribed so that you'll see this. We'll notify you as soon as that comes out. Next week's video, Denise and I are going to talk about why deals fall apart. You ever had a deal fall apart?
Sadly.
I'll take that as a yes.
John,
I'll take that as a yes. So deals do fall apart from time to time, and we're going to talk about in our next video. So like and subscribe to this if you haven't yet. Leave a comment, post below if you have any questions, or if there's any topics you'd like for Denise and I to chat about. So for now, we'll say goodbye.
Bye now.